What's poppin', y'all? This is Deidre with One Shot Game. You already know what time it is and how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to improve your life. Now, this is gonna be a little, real short video, but I just want all my supporters to know and everybody to know out there that you are constantly always being watched, no matter who you hang around, what you do. From your family to your friends to your associates to your work partners, everybody is watching you and the energy that you put out there. When you least expect it, and what you do on a regular basis is reason why people will connect to you, reach out to you, want to hang out with you, and be around you. People that are very skilled at watching people for their own personal gain will watch you to see what makes you mad, what irritates you, to learn how to manipulate you, learn about your weaknesses, because they are hell-bent on making sure that they pull the weakest part out of you so that they can have some form of control. You may not realize it firsthand, but the more you pay attention and watch, you'll be able to understand those type of people. At that moment, when you start to realize that it is some people who will smile in your face only to figure out and manipulate your weaknesses. And if you're not able to tell the difference between people who are really solid and genuine and ones that are intentionally playing the card of acting like they're with everything you're on so that they can manipulate you when you least expect it. It is people out there like that. Make sure you be aware. Make sure you pay attention. If you have to stay away and pull your energy back from some certain people until you can kind of figure out what's going on. And everybody has the skill to be able to read the room. But if you're blocked or you're too focused on, your pain and your trauma, you won't have the ability to move forward to be able to understand when people are intentionally trying to pick at those triggers that you have. You have to be aware and mindful. The game is to be sold, not be told, but everybody has the ability. We're right now in a shift where people are starting to realize where they have to pull their energy back from. A lot of us give, over explain, over talk, let people know our weaknesses right off the back. And when they start to get to know everything about us and we don't know nothing about them, that is where they have the advantage. And if you're not smart or aware or paying attention and you overgive too much, they will start to figure out where your weaknesses is. And they will have the form of control over you because they now know what irritates you, what makes you mad, how to manipulate you. You now have to understand that your energy, your power is yours. And it belongs solely back to you. Do not let anyone, I don't care who it is in this world, take your energy away from you. That means you have to learn when it's the time to talk, when it's the time to engage, when it's the time to remove yourself, and when it's the time to stay distant. If you do not know how to do those things, you will definitely have someone trying to control you like you're a puppet. And no one in this world is anybody's puppet. If anything, you're only trying to create a new version of yourself and evolve from yesterday. And the only person that can do that is you. So be careful and be aware, because there is some people out there that watch you and study your energy from afar only to figure out what it is that you do and try to figure out how to manipulate it. And then there are some people that are genuine, and they genuinely are watching your energy to kind of understand and feel like if it's a good time for them to involve themselves in who they are, because they don't want to be hurt. They don't want to be put in between a rock and a hard space. Everybody out here in this world is trying to protect themselves, which means be you, control your energy at all times, because it is people that you may not even realize it that are watching you. Some of these people are people you don't even know. You could be having lunch in a sandwich shop and sitting down, eating lunch and reading a book, and can see two people from across the room constantly watching you. And then when you look over to see if they're watching you, because you can feel them, they act like they're not watching. Be very aware and pay attention. Everybody out here has the ability to read the room and feel somebody's energy, to figure out where they can get in and manipulate and control a person, or if it's safe for them to intervene with you to protect themselves. It's a world game we playing. Everybody does it. Some people are just stronger at it than others. Some people know how to get what they want by reading the room first and reading who they're deciding to interact with first before they give you everything that you need to know about them. That's why it's a proven fact. The loudest in the room is the weakest in the room. And that's big facts. Like, that's not a lie. That's actually really the truth. A lot of times it is okay to vibe out, chill out, be yourself, and be quiet. Don't say too much. Don't give out too much. Don't let people know too much until you feel it may be safe to do so. And even then, you know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of real people in the world, but real recognize real. And sometimes the fake are so good at pretending to be real that you don't realize they're fake till after the fact. But by that time, they didn't already figured out what your weakness is, so they didn't made a move to get in. Now it's up to you to put on your protective armor and your shields and build a wall up when you feel like too many shots are being taken at you. But a lot of people don't have the ability to do that. So the other person takes shots until it's the end game for you. And you end up stripped of everything internally that you thought you had by another person, because now they're in control of you. Be careful. Be aware. And my favorite words that I say to the world, it's a dirty game and everybody's playing. Now again, you do have the very selected real ones. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a real one, you'll be able to recognize real. But if you only characterize yourself as being real by what you have and, you know, how you stunt and all this, and but your character and this inside is not real, sometimes you won't even know when you're being played or tricked out your spot, because you're too busy trying to get people to like you instead of being real. You will attract some very dangerous people if you don't realize who you are first. And if I could tell anybody anything, it would be to learn who you are at an early age. And sometimes it's very complex and complicated. But from the day we are born, we have people watching us who will try to change us and manipulate us to have some control over us. And it is up to you to figure out who you are, figure out who you want to be, and figure out, you know, the person that you identify as, not the person that people want you to be. Because the moment one person can get a hold and control of you, then the next person can get a hold and control of you, then the next person can get a hold and control of you, and at the end, you feel like you'll have nothing left to give. The world that we are in right now is everything that we thought we knew is being stripped. So therefore, we can go out or isolate ourselves and figure out who we really are for ourselves. That does not mean don't associate with people. That does not mean don't involve ourselves with people. It does not mean, you know what I'm saying, everybody's just supposed to be isolated and robots and on their own hype. But what it means is the ability to do that and have strong boundaries so you will not let someone else control you. We are in a world surrounded by people. In order to advance ahead and do business and get further, you have to be able to communicate. You know what I'm saying? And have strong boundaries towards other people, because it's a dog-eat-dog world. It doesn't mean, you know, you be for self and you do people wrong and you do people scandalous, because nobody's going to want to work with you. And in turn, that's just going to show people how scarred you are. Protect your energy. Be you. Stand on all 10 of your toes, however that may be, however you might identify that to be. Whatever you like to do, whatever you enjoy. And I'm pretty sure someone out there or people out there that also enjoy and like to do the same things that you do, and they will be watching you from afar, or they will be paying attention, and next thing you know, you will find your show group. They're perfectly okay with who you are as a person because they're perfectly okay with who they are as a person. But if I can tell y'all anything, and I'm gonna tell y'all like it is, you're always constantly being watched. Every move you make, every step you take, everything you say, everything you do, and who you are, people are watching. Every setting, every location, every destination, everything you do is constantly being watched. So watch out for the ones who are watching to take advantage, and watch out for the ones who are watching to protect themselves. The best way to play this game and win, because you will take L's too, is to solely be yourself. And it's a journey. It's a marathon. It's not a race. It's not a competition. Sometimes it takes people very long to find out who they are. But once you know who you are and you can't let nobody change you, stay in that. Stand in that. People will love you more when you're your own individual, unique person. Because whether anybody want to believe it or not, we don't want nobody to be the same. And the only reason why we want everybody to be the same in the little clique we have is because we don't know who we are. So as long as everybody follow the crowd of what we doing, we feel like, you know what I'm saying, that validates us. It's not you though. We're all our own individual people. Not one person in the world should be the same. Now y'all may have the same likes and, you know what I'm saying, hang out in the same places, but when it comes down to it, everybody is their own individual, unique person. So again, if I ain't told you nothing, I told you something today. You're constantly being watched. School settings, work settings, in public, to the mall, wherever you go, other people are watching you. Be you. You already know what time it is. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.